Hello and welcome to Tales from the Jundland Waste, not to be listened to lightly. I am your host Josh, here with my buddy Mike
Howdy.
and Ryan.
How's it going?
We're going to talk about just kind of whatever. This is a pretty casual podcast. This is our first episode, so kind of be patient with us. This is kind of our trial run, so hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully you guys like it. Leave comments, tell us what you think. If you have any topics you'd like us to talk about, just let us know. I think we'll start out. Me and Ryan both read Star Wars Kenobi, the novel. Well, I think Ryan's still reading on it.
Still reading.
Yeah. And so what are you thinking so far?
Well, you've read it completely. I'm currently still reading it, and I've actually enjoyed it quite thoroughly so far. It's I just got done with Red Harvest, and this is a very, very nice, relax.
What did you think of Red Harvest?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably one of the best prequel sequel kind of books that came out. There's a lot of intense stuff. Okay, to be honest, Death Troopers, I guess, has a different kind of creepier vibe because you're out in space and in a spaceship, and
Right.
You're stuck. You're stranded, basically. And this one's a little bit different. And plus, it has the deal with Jedi and Sith, so you kind of get that, Master Chief feeling of being stronger. But it's still creepy. You can tell that's not the case in the book. So,
Right.
really enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Moving on, me and Mike went and saw Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Mike, what were your thoughts?
I thought the
Yeah?
sorry, I've been messaging Ryan this whole time.
We heard the typing.
God, I like that picture. I thought the movie was very
What are
good.
you talking about?
The movie was very good. I was very surprised by it, and I like it. I like the movie a lot.
Well, I didn't see the movie, so what can you take away? What can you take away from the movie? Was it a good action movie? Is it a good family movie? What do you think?
Don't stick light bulbs in your mouth.
All right, well that's good. So
I didn't really understand that.
whoa, was that a thing?
In the film, it was.
Huh.
I mean, I don't really know. Have you guys heard that before? That's a form, wasn't like a form of torture?
No, because it kills you.
Well, can you explain to the audience if they haven't seen it? Like I haven't seen it. What particular scene are you describing here? Unless it's a spoiler, then
It's not
spoiler
really a
alert.
Spoiler. Well, I won't give the details of the scene, but a certain individual, centered to the plot, is kidnapped by a certain other individual. And he is threatening the kidnapper is threatening the kidnappee with a light bulb in the kidnappee's mouth and closing the jaw, and apparently that will inflict injury. Just all sorts.
Well, I guess I can imagine that movie.
Well, we're just watching the film. You're just like, I guess that's something that it would be a negative outcomes, getting a light bulb crushed in your mouth. So,
Well, has the light bulb ever exploded in your hand? That's creepy, but it's never. I've never had it where inserted to my skin, cut me.
I have stepped on part of a light bulb before after it fell on the floor.
I watched a guy use one sexually.
We don't like to talk about that. Well, can we jump back to Kenobi for a little? Again, definitely a different kind of pace than what Death Troopers and Darth Plagueis is.
yes.
Well, Darth Plagueis has a similar tone because that's a little more slow paced.
I think that
gets in the background things. What?
Going from Darth Plagueis. Sorry to interrupt you. But going from Darth Plagueis to Kenobi, the biggest difference for me that I noticed was the scale. With Darth Plagueis, you're dealing with a book that takes place on dozens of planets.
I agree.
And then you're going to Kenobi, which takes place on a small portion of one planet. It's very different.
I agree. And I think I like that about Kenobi in its own way, but I love Plagueis equally. But I love Kenobi because it's located in a place that you're familiar with, and you're able to relate to it.
Star Wars.
See the movies, and it's similar to like your old Western films.
Right.
It's got that vibe, and you really get to see Kenobi having to deal with, the crap,
real world situations,
the purge, and I'm actually at a point where it's I've just got to the point where one of the Tusken Raiders, and I was going to ask you if you could enlighten me if it's going to maybe possibly have a cameo of Ashad Het, because like one of the particular Tusken Raiders in the book was like saw Kenobi's lightsaber and has referenced that name. Is that gonna
right? I'm thinking Ashad Het. It's actually his son that you're thinking of.
Am I?
Are we talking about Darth Krayt?
Yeah.
Yes. He actually was a human. If I'm remembering this correctly, because when I was reading the book, I went and looked it up. He's actually a human who becomes part of the Sand People tribe, and marries one of the Sand People, and has a son who is Darth Krayt.
Well, no, from what I'm looking at, the son of the legendary. Okay. So Ashard Het is the son, which is Darth Krayt. So is she referring to the father?
She's referring to the father. The son at this time, he's in hiding, I still believe, isn't he?
Well, if you ever read the comic where Obi-Wan confronts him on Tatooine,
right?
Have you read that one yet, or read any of that yet?
No.
Oh man, it's really good. Kenobi, like, spoilers if you're reading or you're listening.
Spoiler alert! So if you
it's in the Legacy comics.
Legacy spoiler.
The reason why like Ashard Het like goes down to the dark side path is it actually started after the purge. He survived, went back to Tatooine, and was helping like his tribes like fight back the settlers. And Obi-Wan Kenobi was like pretty much stopped his party. He kind of like came in and was like, listen, you're getting awfully close to a certain house. And I'm going to have to ask you to stop. And then Ashard Het was like, hell no. And they just
don't tell me what to do.
They duked it out, and Obi-Wan gave him what for. He pretty much he cut off his arm, and it was like he banished him. He's like, I banish you from this planet. And I don't know what you're doing.
Get away from this homestead.
Yeah, basically. And it's like, I don't know what you're going to do, but you're not on this planet. Go. So he was, humiliated in front of his clan, who didn't want him anymore. He failed. And he left, and he started on the dark side path.
He's just got to get out of Dodge.
Yeah, for real. And I love that because when I first picked up that Legacy comic and I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was like, "This is the coolest." And this is, of course, when you're finding out who Darth Krayt is, and he goes back and reflects and like how it happened. And I got to tell you, that was almost as big as Luke, I'm your father kind of scene.
It's crazy
because it was really cool because I didn't know who the hell Darth Krayt was, and I was like,
I mean, it's kind of like if you watched all the stuff from Empire Strikes Back and you'd only seen episode 1 and somebody told you that Anakin was Darth Vader. Exactly.
Like, I was reading the Clone Wars the entire time, and I thought he was a cool character. I was like, oh, well, that's neat. I love the back and forth between him and Anakin, and how Anakin had his struggles with the Tusken Raiders. And then, of course, we come down to Darth Krayt, completely a whole nother comic book series, and then finding out it's him. What an awesome, throwback to the Clone Wars, and just really connecting all the Dark Horse comics, which, again, sad to say that the Dark Horse comics are ending. But,
yeah, none of this really matters because it's not canon.
Yeah, exactly. By far, my favorite comics book series of all time: Clone Wars, Dark Times, Legacy series, Empire, and Rebellion. I have all those, and that is literally just archives of my EU. I tell you what, like that really made me a bigger fan of the Star Wars films. Just
I'll tell you what.
um, so I don't know. I was just curious if they happened to put that in there or not. That would have been cool. But from what I'm getting is that they didn't. But that doesn't matter because I mean it could happen down the road or it could have happened already. So because I would take it that it would have happened pretty early because Obi-Wan Kenobi in the comic book series he looked still young, like he looked like after Clone Wars style, and obviously he's trying to take care of Luke. So
Well, I would say that this book takes place. I mean, this is all very fast. This is
Yeah,
not
exactly.
like. So, it could happen before. Well, I don't think it happened before, because I think where this book starts out, like, he just got there.
mhm.
Um,
Well, okay, I agree. I think you need to read the Dark Lord Rises, Darth Vader book. Really, really good, really good. I mean, it really, like I've said before, it does
all right.
it does a whole Anakin dealing with the Vader suit, and I loved it. And then at the very end, it ends with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, like he just arrived, and it leads perfectly into this book. Like I
Really?
definitely, even if you don't even read the entire book, read that ending. Like very good, because it leads literally perfectly into this book.
I will have to check it out.
Yeah, because he's like trying to commune with Qui-Gon still, and like that is by far the perfect segue into this book. So take the chance and read that.
So overall, I guess we'd say to the listeners that it's definitely a recommend.
Yeah, I gotta say, there's probably not one Star Wars book I haven't picked up I didn't like so far. I'm sure it'll come someday, but I'm pretty. I'm able to pick up.
Moving on. What movies are you guys looking forward to this year?
I am looking forward to
RoboCop, you said?
Barney.
Oh.
Barney Stapleton.
Oh wait,
the-
you mean Barney? The big monster film.
Yep.
The big monster film Barney Rises from the Sea of Japan, right?
I am looking forward to
Oh, is that the one where he does battle with like the Jaegers?
Yeah, the Jaegers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the wall thing, and the Japanese girl, what is that, like blue tips to her hair?
Right.
Mhm.
And she
Making
they
hamburgers
have
or
to cut
something.
the back of the necks of the monsters to kill them.
Right. And they have to go inside the computer world, right? And they get those things in the back of their neck. And it turns out that it's not 1999.
Wow,
Right?
we just did a mine.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't even. We should make it.
Good movie. So,
That was good.
RoboCop.
Mike,
Heard that
yeah, you
that's-
said you were interested in seeing RoboCop. You want to tell us why you want to see RoboCop?
Say more things.
I saw the trailer.
Now,
Thought
when
it
you
looked
first saw
neat.
that trailer, where were you at?
I was watching a movie with you.
Is that the first time you
Is
saw
that
that
the first
trailer?
time you saw that trailer?
No, I think
Why are you lying?
I saw it a little before the movie, outside of the
Listeners,
movie.
You're failing the listeners.
Oh,
I-
what?
Yeah, we were talking earlier. You said you saw all of them when you were younger, right? Like I actually saw all of them younger when I was very young.
In grammar school.
Rated R. My parents probably shouldn't have let me watch, but I'm glad they did because it made me who I am today.
Man.
Good, probably one of the best cheesy ass movies I've ever watched.
Ryan looked into that rated R movie and said, "Do your worst, for I shall do mine." And the world came to know him as we do. Ryan, the stormtrooper.
That's how it happened. And I just enjoyed them all. Like The third one, I remember the third one specifically because of the jetpack that he gained, and I thought that was the coolest for some reason. I was like, jetpack, neat. But no, we're talking about the newest one and how people are not liking it for some reason. And I personally say, I kind of like the whole. I like how they're doing the old design first, and then doing their own thing. But what do you think, Mike?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like the black suit. I think it looks cool with the red little red bar on his head, And everybody's complaining that he looks like Iron Man, and I say fuck him.
That's good. I feel like the world needs it. A good middle finger.
You know what? He's not the hero
that we
need right now, but he is the hero that we need right now.
Right, yeah, because that's making some sense.
Wait, Josh, you said you never saw the RoboCop films when you were younger, right?
No.
Because your parents loved you.
Yes, they said.
Leading from that movie, we were looking at some of the pictures today of Ninja Turtles. Michael Bay. Lots of controversy over those films. A lot of nerd rage.
I just wonder how he's going to incorporate explosions into this one.
They're going to be there.
Megan Fox will have explosions.
No, I just picture them like in battle, the turtles, and then Shredder's fighting them, and it's like a minefield where they're just fighting and there's explosions everywhere.
Like nonsense explosions.
And then Donatello gets his legs blown off.
I just don't understand why Shredder has to be an alien. I do not understand that part. Why can't he just be a freaking samurai ninja thing?
Well, Michael Bay did it to Transformers. He made them even more alien than they actually are. So.
Well, I mean, they were aliens, though. I mean, first.
But he made it a little ridiculous.
I guess.
With his shitty designs that look like scrap metal.
Yeah. I don't know why he went that route. Like, I think from the get-go, people were saying how much they hated it. And I feel like he doesn't listen to his fans very well. I mean, the fact that he's making Megan Fox be April O'Neil, that is the biggest insult.
Are you serious? You're not joking there.
I'm super serious. Did you not know this?
I don't know anything about this movie.
Oh, okay. You've seen the old Ninja Turtles, right?
No.
Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna have a movie marathon for you, sir.
I feel bad. I feel like I've missed out on a whole generation's worth of.
Did you ever watch any of the Ninja Turtles at all?
No. Nope.
Oh.
Negative.
That's fine. I mean, that's okay. We'll fix that. Because that's a part of my
You're not
childhood.
mad at me, are you?
What? I'm disappointed, really. Disappointed.
I think you deserved 5 across the ass.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Good films, though. Are good movies back in the day. The third one got some crap, but I mean, as a kid, I enjoyed them all. I didn't really care. They were funny. They had the best kind of animatronics and just the cool props. But I gotta say, I feel like the first one, I love the way the Ninja Turtles look. Don't get me wrong, I love the way they look. Feel like he could have picked somebody better for April O'Neil instead of Megan Fox.
Well,
I feel
he
like
has that working relationship with her.
I heard in Transformers 3, that's the reason why she wasn't in it, is because they had like a big fallout. Like, she was saying she hated his movies, and he was like, all right.
No, what happened was he wanted her to
I feel like he's going with this.
He wanted her to be the more sexy role, and she didn't want to do it anymore.
Really?
And something to do with her cleavage or something like that. I don't remember.
That's it? Like, for real?
Yeah, I don't know, some bullshit.
Wow. I mean, because the first...
so she won't do Transformers, but she'll do Call of Duty commercials.
Yeah, which are terrible. I feel like in
I
the
can't
in
say I
that
understand that.
Transformers movie, that last one, the person they replaced with was literally the worst thing they could have done. Like that was the crappiest replacement.
I think I told Mike this. No, I think I told someone else this. I might have told you guys this at some point, but I've only ever seen the first Transformers movie. I've not seen
Oh,
the latter.
You've done yourself a favor.
I've heard that.
The first one was probably, I guess, the better of the two, and it should have just stopped right there.
There was a lot of Shia LaBeouf no going on in that movie.
That's every movie.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of awkward scenes in all three of them that did not need to be there too.
Like all the balls
the one
and
part
leaners
where
and stuff.
he's,
yeah, and then like the guy asking, like saying how, oh, you're hot, in the car and stuff. I felt like that was awkward as hell.
I just remember the scene from the first film where I don't remember which of the Autobot bros was saying how he was sensing some. I haven't seen this movie since.
Oh, sexual.
Yeah, he was having like a pheromone response indicating that he wanted to mate with the girl or whatever, and I'm just like, whoa.
I mean, that was
it was
about
funny
where
at
the line
first,
was drawn, but then they went over it. I was like, you have to do that? Like,
it just
really?
seemed kind of cheesy.
Yeah. Oh, about like his mom asking about masturbating in his
Yeah,
room.
that was weird too.
Oh, I'm watching that with my mom, and I'm just like, oh god, now she knows our secret. So I hated
what's
some of the
weird to
awkward
think
stuff
about?
that he like threw in there that did not need to be in there, and just, I mean, there's all kinds of things that went wrong with the films, but I do have to say that the first one was probably the most watchable.
You know what's really weird to think about?
Yeah,
That movie came out 7 years ago.
I know, we were children.
70 years ago?
Yeah, 70. That's what he said.
But no, going back to Ninja Turtles, I do have to say that I'm not a fan of the Megan Fox role, and I'm not a huge fan of Shredder looking super intense. Like, it's a little bit overkill, and I guess from what Mike has told me, he's going to be an alien, which is very disappointing.
That's what I think. That's what I've heard.
He looks like a freaking alien, but
Let's say you guys had to compare this to the 2006.
the original, or no.
Did you even watch that last the last Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
Yeah, the
TMNT.
second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
How was that?
Did you see it? Because I mean,
No, I didn't see it.
okay, to be honest, it was actually a continuation from all of them. It was a fourth Ninja Turtle movie, basically, because at the end it was showing like how they had Shredder's helmet after he died and stuff like that. So I was like, whoa, that was cool. But honestly, it was a big, like, the first three films were by far the best. That was kind of like, it was designed for kids, like the smallest of children. Like, watching it was like,
Toddlers.
like, whoever wrote this up did it like in a week. So, I mean, it was cool seeing it as a CGI. I thought it was, I mean, it was a neat little film. Maybe not for theaters, maybe for like a show on TV for kids.
Straight to DVD.
Like a straight to DVD, I gotta say. Not for theaters, that's for sure. I mean, I went to see it because I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan too, so I enjoyed it for what it was, but I still think the first three films were by far the best. And
moving on to another movie that's coming out this year. This May, certain films coming out.
Talking about. Wait, is that Godzilla you're talking about?
I'm talking about the Barney movie.
Say I know I've said I'm a fan of multiple things on this podcast so far, and Godzilla and Star Wars is neck to neck, by far the two of my most favorite subjects of all time. Watching, I think, and I've said this before to you guys, not on the podcast, that I was a Godzilla fan before I was a Star Wars fan, and it has been with me ever since. Huge Godzilla fan, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Everything's been good. They've been showing us great stuff. It looks like it's going to be a good one for the fans. So I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys. I know Mike. Mike's seen a couple Godzilla films. Josh, you've seen, of course, your
best
favorite
Godzilla one.
1998.
I've seen like 80% of them, I'd say.
All right, that's a good bit. Josh has persisted on saying that the 1998 film is his favorite. Now I have
Which
to
is
be
the best.
clear. Let me just be clear. I don't hate the film. I just feel like it's a great monster movie, but not. They just of course they name him Zilla for the rest of the series, but
A bad mistake in my opinion.
in his opinion. But I feel like for Godzilla, the original film showed him going through countless missiles and not bothering him, and in this one he gets shot by a couple missiles from an airplane and he's dead. I was like, wow, really? And he barely even blows fire. So that's or atomic breath.
Are we talking about the 98?
Yeah, those are a few of my pet peeves on that film. Not to mention that the whole film went from a plot twist of a nest. It was kind of like, really? Did we have to?
I had to leave the grounds open for a sequel.
Well, I guess. Well, they did that, and I have to say that the animated series was way better because he actually acted and did more stuff like Godzilla did.
Well, I'm really hoping. I'm going into the newest film, completely unaware of any of the other movies besides the 98.
Well, we'll get you prepared before then.
Well, now, I mean, the thing is, I'm just kind of going in hoping that it's actually a direct sequel.
It starts off as the egg in the freaking Times Square. Just there it is. Oh, that would piss so many people off.
It would make this Godzilla fan happy.
I guess so.
I can't say how much I really do. I appreciate that movie for what it is. It is the canonical Godzilla film. I expect to go in the theater and immediately see Matthew Broderick. And if that is not the case, then
You're just gonna be.
I mean,
No, but then he's gotta get in the Ferrari, and he's gotta put it in reverse,
boom, boom.
drive it out of the window, and the car hits Godzilla in the head, and that's what pisses him off,
Boom,
and that is
boom.
why he storms the city.
Yeah.
Well,
So I feel like we're setting the bar pretty high. So, is there any word yet? Has Matthew Broderick been confirmed?
I have to go in and tell you.
I think he's been confirmed as the other kaiju in the movie.
Yeah,
and he's gonna fight Godzilla.
Is Michael Lerner still going to be playing the mayor?
Yes.
God, I hope so. He needs to be mayor in every single film. Whenever I picture mayor, I picture him.
Michael Lerner. What about the French
yeah.
dude? What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
The French dude from the 98 one. Jean Reno, or however you say it.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Well, regardless, I'm looking forward to these films, and I know they're going to be good, or at least I'm hoping they're going to be good.
Right.
And they won't have any connection to the 1998 film.
See, that's where we differ.
Let's just hope they don't go around in the theater with flashlights, because zippers are going to be unzipped, and
My zipper will be.
I feel like there's going to be a tug war going on.
Yeah, me in the film.
Me and you.
Oh, together. That's how we end our podcast. Just like that. us talking about.
Godzilla makes you gay.
Yeah. Gay isn't happy. You need to watch what you're saying, bro. No, we're all good people here. We welcome anybody of any sexual orientation and or race. Because everybody.
What about ethnicity? You leaving that one out?
Oh, and ethnicity.
What about national origin?
Everything. How about, anybody can listen.
Religious
If you are
beliefs?
ethnic, get out of here.
Mike's a bit
How
of
dare
a
you?
bit of a Nazi when it comes to certain stuff.
He Heil.
There he goes. Lost all of our Jewish.
You're not supposed to refer to Jewish people like that.
I can do whatever I want. How am I supposed to refer to them?
Brothers and sisters of all racial slurs, we apologize.
We do not mean any harm. But yeah, it's getting about that time. We're first podcast.
Are we getting ready to call this one in the books?
Episode 1, Troll Babies.
Episode
Feel like
1,
we're,
Troll Babies.
Feel like we're wrapping it up good. We'll end it here. I mean, this is definitely not the last one, because we're gonna bring you some more.
Well, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, depends on the views.
Yeah, really, guys. So if you want any more of this,
Subscribe and like.
you know
Leave
what
a
to
comment.
do.
Unless
Alright,
it's
guys.
me.
Well, that has been Tales from the Jundland Wastes. I hope you've enjoyed listening as much as we've enjoyed producing it. Again, and I'm your host Josh with my co-hosts Mike and Ryan. And be careful. Watch for Tuscans, and may the force be with you.